right, it is Monday, December 15th at 6 o'clock. We'll call our meeting to order and start off with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, next we'll have the roll call.
Simonson,
Yes.
Rickerl,
Yes.
Lyon,
Yes.
Collister,
Yes.
Coolman,
Yes.
Alinger,
Yes.
Bennett.
Yes.
Okay, next, can I get an approval for tonight's agenda?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, motion by Lyon, was it?
Yep.
And seconded by Rickerl?
Bennett.
Or Bennett, sorry. Bennett? Take the roll.
Rickerl,
Yes.
Lyon,
Yes.
Collister,
Yes.
Coolman,
Yes.
Alinger,
Yes.
Bennett,
Yes.
Simonson.
Yes.
Okay, that passes. Public participation. Is there anybody who wishes to get up and address the council? Is there anybody on Zoom? If not, we'll move on. Item 6, presentations. It's where half of us get sworn in for the night, so.
Too late to back out. Is it too late to back out?
Memorize this thing. All right. Raise your right hand. I, Tom Messerli,
I, Tom Messerli,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Iowa,
and the Constitution of the State of Iowa,
and that I will faithfully and impartially,
that I will faithfully and impartially,
best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
discharge all the duties of the office of Maquoketa Mayor
discharge all the duties of the office of Maquoketa Mayor
in Jackson County
in Jackson County
as now and hereafter required by law.
as now and hereafter required by law.
Congratulations again.
Thank you. Okay, well, Josh, you're next. What? We got one there. All right, raise your right hand. I, Joshua Collister, do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States, the Constitution of the State of Iowa, and will faithfully and impartially, to the best of my ability, discharge all duties of the office of Maquoketa City Councilman at Large, Jackson County, now and hereafter required by law. Congratulations. Welcome back. All right, Dick. All right, raise your right hand. I, Richard Rickerl,
I, Richard Rickerl,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Iowa,
the Constitution of the State of Iowa,
and that I will faithfully
and that I will faithfully
and impartially,
and impartially,
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
discharge all duties of the office of Maquoketa City Councilman, 4th Ward,
discharge all duties of Maquoketa City Councilman, 4th Ward,
in Jackson County,
in Jackson County,
now and hereafter required by law.
now and hereafter required by law.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Raise your right hand. All right. I, Justin Hayward,
I, Justin Hayward,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Iowa,
and the Constitution of the State of Iowa,
and that I will faithfully
that I will faithfully
and impartially,
and impartially,
to the best of my abilities,
to the best of my ability,
discharge all the duties of Maquoketa City Councilman, Second Ward,
discharge all the duties of Maquoketa City Council, Second Ward,
Jackson County,
in Jackson County,
now and hereafter required by law.
now and hereafter required by law.
Welcome aboard.
Thank you.
Okay, well, we have no public hearings. Next is our consent agenda, which consists of the minutes from the December 1st, 2025 regular city council meeting, bills payable through December 15th, 2025, in the amount of $351,125.44, our November financial reports, and approval of the meeting schedule.
So moved.
Okay, we got a motion by Collister.
Second.
Seconded by Coolman. Any discussion? Anything you want to add?
No.
Okay. Go ahead and take the roll then.
Lyon,
Yes.
Collister,
Yes.
Coolman,
Yes.
Alinger,
Yes.
Bennett,
Yes.
Simonson,
Yes.
Rickerl.
Yes.
Okay, that passes. We make it to old business, and we have none. Next is new business. And it's an ordinance amending the Code of Ordinances of the City of Maquoketa, Iowa, by adding a new subsection for Chapter 6908, no parking zones. This is our first reading, so go ahead.
Thank you, Mayor. I'll introduce this. It's been some time since the Public Safety Committee met on this, and we put this up for council consideration and put this together. And the map that I put in front of you before this meeting looks like this. The yellow indicates what this language would mean on a diagram of where no parking would be allowed. So I think naturally you see no parking on David Street, West Carlisle, and East Carlisle, except once you get to the other side of the main sort of Walmart drive where occasionally you see some delivery trucks parked. But this is entirely about one or two complaints, plus a couple complaints at the end of the Nairn Drive block with these businesses that need access. And thankfully, we haven't had the fire department say this needs resolved immediately because they couldn't get a piece of equipment or an ambulance couldn't get down there. I don't have any greater photos to show you tonight. I mean, I can attest that I was at one point there in the summer around 7 or 8 p.m. and both sides of the street were practically bumper to bumper with semi-truck parking down the stretch, and it's not sustainable long term. So whether it's now or in the future, something will need to occur there. So I think one of the clarifying pieces of this is to make sure you know that the east side parking of Nairn Drive would be allowed. Prior to developing this ordinance, I actually did stop at Quick Star South and say, hey, this is a known problem here, and I don't want to propose anything to City Council and have not tipped off Quick Star South that we are considering an action to restrict parking so vehicles can move about on the road. They declined to do anything about the problem at this time, unquote. So it's my opinion that if there is truly a parking problem because of this, there may be overflow. Chief Zimet, when we talked about this at Public Safety Committee, believed that prior to this area being built out, a lot of this occurred down at Family Dollar Parkway, where there's dumpsters out there and some organized truck parking. He suspects if this gets filled up here on the east side of Nairn Drive, some of that traffic will fall back to Family Dollar Parkway. So this is what's drawn up. I do know that there's a new owner on the west side of Nairn Drive that's interested in retail development at some point in the near future. That's why this west side was chosen of the east versus west. So I put this up in front of Public Safety Committee. A couple of us recommended on for council action, and if you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them. Otherwise, this was the first reading of three as we move through this.
Anybody have anything to add? Any
I'm
questions?
just concerned with, I know a lot of the truckers go there. I don't have a solution or even an idea for solution. I don't think it's Quickster's problem, but I understand why we need to put the stop signs there. I've seen the congestion. But we do have a lot of truckers that stop. and Quick Star is always over full. So that's why they're parking on the streets there. I don't have a good solution, but it does generate quite a bit of business. I mean, you see, if you've been up there when the trucks are there, they don't go to just Quick Star, they're walking to all the different stores in the area. So I just hope that at some time in the future, we can come to a solution and expand that parking, because like I said, I think it generates good business.
Okay, anybody else?
So moved.
Okay, we have a motion by
Second.
Lyon, seconded by Rickerl. Any more discussion? Once again, this is the first reading, and take the roll.
Collister,
Yes.
Coolman,
Yes.
Alinger,
Yes.
Bennett,
Yes.
Simonson,
Yes.
Rickerl,
Yes.
Lyon.
Yes.
Okay, that passes. We move on to item B, which is a resolution approving a joint public service agreement for dispatch services and funding agreement by and between Jackson County, Iowa, and the City of Maquoketa, Iowa, the City of Bellevue, Iowa, the City of Preston, Iowa, and the City of Sabula, Iowa, entered pursuant to Chapter 28E of the Iowa Code. So go ahead.
Thank you, Mayor. I hope you had a chance to read just about every sentence in this background carefully. This is one of the harder things I've had to do as a manager here, to try to emphasize why a written agreement is even needed, and then two, all the parties involved, many, well, why are we paying what we're paying? Why is Sabula paying almost the same as what Bellevue's paying? Imagine that. And the deeper you get into it, the more you realize you need county's assistance to establish some sort of funding model. And we continue to have, I guess, conversation, but nothing with real traction. So we had a meeting after a couple years of this with our Finance and Personnel Committee, with every single city, including the Board of Supervisors. And through that, the conclusion was the city managers and clerks come together, agreed to a couple funding models, return back to us proving all the cities can come to an agreement in the first place. And then they'll have it for consideration at a Board of Supervisors meeting to ultimately to get an agreement together, to establish new funding, and part of it is the management agency. So there's a couple options on the table. One being a pure property valuation perspective, where it would be our intent to keep the management of it for now, and into the future, unless there's some sort of amendment at a later time. I don't know. Second option is a mix of where the county would sign on to a per valuation case mixed with how many people are in each jurisdiction, and that has kind of an equal influence on the data output. So our goal as cities is to come to an agreement, sign it, present it to county where they get the final selection of those. That option 2 is chosen. It sets up a management agency transfer of July 1, 2029, 3.5 years from now. A lot can change in 3.5 years. They may get to a point where they still want the city to have it 2.5 years from now. I don't know. You know, people change, interests change. They could have a whole host of reasons why they try to extend a contract at a later time. The state legislature might come up with a user fee for cell phones that makes sense for all rural jurisdictions. It's really tough to have a crystal ball. Most importantly through this, the city's sitting there without an agreement, and we have a lot of money on the table being paid to us for an essential service that people continue to pay us because that's what they did the prior budget year, and they're good enough to continue following that. And we had one instance last year where a very small partner in this couldn't afford to pay us. And that's gonna happen. More of that's gonna happen as we have some tax law changes. We had to do some anticipated changes in our own budget for the next fiscal year. So that's the business of this. And, you know, I had a lot of conversation with our chief. JT hasn't been involved, but he's very well aware of what's going on. I've had to meet with the dispatchers and explain how we're in this position. And we've went through all these possibilities. And they get it from a business perspective, but they really appreciate the city's management because Chief Zimet does a good job and they trust you all. They're closer to you all, and it's new and it's unknown. So there's a lot of questions that still follow if this agreement eventually gets passed by the Board of Supervisors. And part of this background, I wrote that if it's approved by all the parties, a multitude of plans need to be developed to assure quality and complete transfer of 911 services. Our executive director is retiring soon. We have to start the recruitment for that person and start a knowledge transfer. So there's a lot at play here. Obviously, the city's not interested in hitting a nuclear button and just stopping 911 services. That's not what we're about. That's not what we can do to our public. But it has come to a point of some major pressure needing to be applied by the cities to get us to a point where we have an agreement and we have a good and equitable plan for funding. So, Councilman Lyon, Councilman Collister, you were there at the meeting. Enough can't be said by how complex this issue is. The deeper you get into it, the more you sit there and think the county should levy this at cost entirely. If that were to happen, some years down the road, 60 cents gets added to everyone's tax bill. That's tough. So it's a matter for the cities of how do you want to afford this service? And that's kind of the question that I went to Preston with, and eventually, I don't want to say convinced them, but they understand that we need to do something to get an agreement in place and put an upfront investment together so that we can get to a better funding plan in the future. So my next tour is over to Bellevue next week and Sabula next week as well, but assuming your approval tonight, that's what we'll continue to do and hopefully put this in front of the Board of Supervisors in January.
So moved. Second.
Motion by Collister, seconded by Lyon. Any discussion? Then take the roll.
Coolman,
Yes.
Alinger,
Yes.
Bennett,
Yes.
Simonson,
Yes.
Rickerl,
Yes.
Lyon,
Yes.
Collister.
Yes.
Okay, that one passes. We move on to item C, which is a resolution approving calendar year 2026 budget and Maquoketa Municipal Utility. Yeah,
So
you know what I
moved.
was saying, the electric
Second.
company. Who moved it?
She did in a second.
Okay, motion by Bennett, seconded by Coolman. If we have no discussion, take the roll.
Alinger,
Yes.
Bennett,
Yes.
Simonson,
Yes.
Rickerl,
Yes.
Lyon,
Yes.
Collister,
Yes.
Coolman.
Yes.
Okay, that one passes. Item D is a resolution adopting Maquoketa Municipal Airport Capital Improvement Plan. Go ahead.
Well, thank you, Mayor. I don't have a lot to add to this, but this is an annual formality for the city as an FAA-sponsored airport. We just need to continue to adopt long-term plans. This is the next part of it, just as a general update. What we're currently planning is a snow removal equipment police that is pending approval by the FAA, and a couple years from now proposing crack filling for the concrete runway that's presently out there to keep the life of it. So after everything we went through the last couple years on the airport, our airport consultant feels like, okay, I understand where the council is on the airport, what your goals are. We're not building an East Russ runway. We don't plan on adding a whole bunch of extra T-hangers. So they're switching their maintenance plan to you to try to keep that high-quality concrete in place, which water intrusion happens in the concrete panels, roots grow, things get washed out. That's prevented with some crack filling down the road. So that would be his recommendation, and right now it's in plan only. It does not force you to do that at a later time. We just have to have an adopted plan according to FAA rules.
So moved.
Okay, motion by Lyon,
Second.
seconded by Rickrell. Any discussion? Then take the roll.
Bennett,
Yes.
Simonson,
Yes.
Rickerl,
Yes.
Lyon,
Yes.
Collister,
Yes.
Coolman,
Yes.
Alinger.
Yes.
Okay, that one passes. Item E is a resolution awarding facade and blade sign grant in the amount of $10,707.67 to Garmin and Mead CPAS PC at 240 South Main Street.
So moved.
Motion by Collister,
Second.
seconded by Bennett.
Alinger.
Or Alinger, sorry. Any discussion? Go ahead, take the roll.
Simonson,
Yes.
Rickerl,
Yes.
Lyon,
Yes.
Collister,
Yes.
Coolman,
Yes.
Alinger,
Yes.
Bennett.
Yes.
Okay, that one passes. Item F is a resolution approving purchase of a Muffin Monster for the Northwest Lift Station. You all right?
Who named it Muffin? Maybe. I'm sorry. That's just so unprofessional.
That's the name of it.
That's the name of
That's a
it.
piece
That's
of
what it's called.
equipment.
That's what it's called.
He calls them like they see some.
Think they had a hard time
All right.
getting patent?
All right, let's get this done here. Resolution approving the purchase of a Muffin Monster for the Northwest Lift Station from Iowa Pump Works in the amount of $32,705.93.
So moved.
Motion by Collister,
Second.
seconded by Lyon. Any discussion? Then take the roll.
Rickerl,
Yes.
Lyon,
Yes.
Collister,
Yes.
Coolman,
Yes.
Alinger,
Yes.
Bennett,
Always a yes for a muffin.
Simonson.
Yes.
All right, that one passes. We move on to item G, which is a resolution approving a final change order number 2, increase in the amount of $4,261, and approval of a final payment 9 in the amount of $4,261 payable to Sheets Design Build for Glovic Community Park Project. Anything you want to add?
No, just this is the second and final change order on this project. Last pay app they had for us, we actually shorted them a bit of money because we hadn't had the whole thing reconciled yet. So the only things that really remain are the benches and trash cans down at Public Works already, finishing out a tree contract, and then we'll sod in the spring. And, you know, if you can imagine everything looking crisp with sod, I know you think it's crowded, but as soon as we get grass out there, I think it'll be very welcoming.
Okay.
So moved.
Second.
We got a motion by Lyon, seconded by Bennett. Any discussion? Then take the roll.
Lyon,
Yes.
Collister,
Yes.
Coolman,
Yes.
Alinger,
Yes.
Bennett,
Yes.
Simonson,
Yes.
Rickerl.
Yes.
Okay, that passes. Item H is a resolution regarding the collection of payment for city costs to abate nuisances and enforce ordinances. Go ahead.
Thank you, Mayor. This is maybe every other 6 months or so, we do a cost abatement to property taxes and enforce our ordinances. Most of the time, this is related to sidewalks, mowing, or snow abatements. And this one, I miswrote it, but it's actually mowing. And I think, Mayor, when we reviewed this together, you pointed that out too, and I never circled back to it. About 6,500 of this is the old hospital, by the way. This gets certified to taxes. They get paid at a later time through property taxes back to the city.
Okay,
So moved.
motion by Simonson,
Second.
seconded by Rickrell. Any discussion? Then take the roll.
Collister,
Yes.
Coolman,
Yes.
Alinger,
Yes.
Bennett,
Yes.
Simonson,
Yes.
Rickerl,
Yes.
Lyon.
Yes.
Okay, that one passes. Item I is a discussion and possible motion approving city server and licensing upgrade in the total amount of $14,335 payable to Reliable Technologies. Go ahead.
Thank you, Mayor. Well, your next new council member actually has a career in IT hardware and does so for the school district, and his dad's in the industry too, so be wrapped up in a big security blanket, hopefully, in his service. And this, I would say that this really all started because Chief Zimet and I have been working on an emergency plan, and one thing has been leading to another, and what happens if this type of event happens, and what happens if this happens, who do you call, where are the remote things stored, and I'm contacting our IT contractor, and well, you know, if you're asking these questions, you may want to think about upgrading your 2012 server, and it's like, sure, you know, these things should be replaced every 5 years according to industry standards, so we're well outdated at this point, and this is a pretty sound recommendation to you to purchase an HPE unit that will give us a lot of capability. It will have off-site remote storage at another city facility we haven't chosen yet. It's not not, it's a lot better than what we have now. That's all I would say. And I guess the complexity of this dollar number request from you and why it's a motion in this case and not a resolution is because I got a quote even late last week for these items that were 13,000 and some change, and then Friday it was 14,335, and I was supposed to get a call today and called late today asking for a price update to give to you tonight, and I did not get an answer. So, you know, if you're comfortable adopting this as motion now, and I authorize for a number that's higher than 14,335, please don't come after me. But, you know, if you approve a motion up to a certain dollar amount to close what we need to close here and get what we need, I'd really appreciate it.
Okay.
So do you need us to make a motion
Yeah, I
to
mean,
increase the amount then?
I guess if I'm being overly safe to you, as I'm requesting, I would request a motion to approve up to $17,500 for this purchase for the new server.
Why does it continue to escalate?
I don't know, but I mean, he was at least quick to call me back saying, hey, it increased in some price here. It's not because of options. It's just the daily pricing on the units that come with these.
So how long ago was this quoted amount given to you?
Friday.
And the amount from Friday till here recently went up?
Well, from the 13,000 reference, the Thursday to Friday number increased just a little bit, but, you know, I was sort of expecting some contact today about what it was today, and that still doesn't solve your problem for what it is tomorrow. Sure. And I don't want to make this more complex than it really needs to be, so I'm not going to be ordering a bunch of extra things we don't need. I have the quote identified and the parts identified in the backup packet. I mean, it just may go up, it may go down just a little bit, and if it's a significant problem, I can bring this back to council, which is part of the reason I wanted to stay away from this as a resolution title and just kind of keep it a simple motion with council.
Motion up to 17,500.
Second.
Okay, we got a motion by Collister, seconded by Lyon. Do we have any more discussion on this? Then go ahead and take the roll.
Coolman,
Yes.
Alinger,
Yes.
Bennett,
Yes.
Simonson,
Yes.
Rickerl,
Yes.
Lyon,
Yes.
Collister.
Yes.
Okay, that one passes. Item 11 is reports and communications. Do we have anything from any of the city council members?
Take a few minutes, Tom.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Mr. Mayor, fellow council members, city staff, members of our community. Serving on the city council of Maquoketa has been a great honor. For the past approximately 14 years, I've had the privilege of working on behalf of a community I care deeply about and am truly grateful in the trust that you have placed in me. I want to thank my fellow council members for their dedication and for the respectful dialogue we've shared. While we didn't always agree, we were united in a common goal to do what we believe was the best for the city. Those conversations strengthened our decisions and ultimately our community. To our city staff, thank you for the professionalism, knowledge, steady leadership you bring every day. Your work often happens behind the scenes, but the city functions and thrives because of you all. To the residents of our community, thank you for your engagement, your honesty, and your passion. Your voices, whether it was support or criticism, reminded me and us who we serve and why local government matters. I hope I have represented you with integrity, fairness, and willingness to listen. As I step away from this role, I do so with confidence in the future of our city. The challenges ahead are real, but so is the strength and the resilience of this community. While my time on the council ends this month, my commitment to the city never will. Thank you for the opportunity to serve. It's been a great honor.
Thank you. Josh, you have anything?
No, I'm just really pleased that Councilman Simonson had a great send-off, and if he didn't do it, I was gonna thank him, so went right ahead in front of it. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Motion to adjourn.
We have a motion? Do we have a second? Okay. We have a motion by Simonson, seconded by Bennett. Lyon? Okay, Lyon made it. God, you all guys don't sound alike tonight. Take the roll, please. What?
No roll. We're good.
And do a roll.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? We're adjourned.
There we go.